Welcome back to another video. My name's Hunter Neely. I apologize, guys. It's been a minute. I've just been dealing with the harsh reality. In case you've been living underneath a rock, I'll catch you up. Clavicular, a couple weeks ago, got fucking frame mogged to death. And I think all of us have just been struggling to learn and figure out how to deal with this. You know, we all cope in different ways. Joking, obviously, I've been really sick. I was making great momentum, and then you just get sick and it ruins everything. But it's okay because we're back. I'm feeling good. And, to come back, I wanted to have a little bit more of a lighthearted, kind of funny video, trendy video. But ironically, there is a great message in all of this. In clavicular getting frame mogged, there's actually a really big message and something we can all learn from this. So I kind of want to get into that. To understand the significance of Clav actually getting frame mogged, you need to know his origin. So clavicular started as a complete ugly chud, incel, horrible acne, no frame, ugly kid, unpopular, neurodivergent, that's like kind of on the spectrum just a little bit. And he designated his entire life, and he summed up his existence and purpose of life to looking good. Was made fun of, obviously, given a really hard time, but life to him was looking good, and that the Chads and Stacys of the world get everything they want, and if you're not at that echelon of looks, then what's the point of living? That was his whole motto. So he designates his life to looking good, and it works. And he ascends, and he looks great, and his life completely changes, pretty much gets any girls he wants, makes more money, people pay him to help them look better. It was all worth it, right? He was living to mog. There's a pretty famous video now, once he really ascended, and he's sitting there and he's going, do y'all think this shit is fun to me? This is a horror story, what I deal with every day to look good, starving myself, XYZ. And it was from the heart, and it was real. And it's kind of, just to a random person, it seems funny, like, what? You suffer to look good? But that was real, because that was his purpose. And it sucked, but it was fulfilling to him. And all of us, when you have a goal or a drive or purpose, it's going to suck to get there, but it's fulfilling knowing you're doing that. So he was living to mog, and he had this crazy ascension. He gets popular. And we were all molecules. He mogged us to death. He mogged all of us to death. Fast forward to where it all changes, where it all went wrong. The infamous Aiden Ross link up. Now, there's something, this is a different topic of discussion completely, but there's something about these big deals. When you sign that paper and you get a lot of money, there's a big energy transfer. So he links with Aiden. Aiden gets him a kick deal. And what does his life look like now? Well, now it's a lot more partying, drinking, a lot less sleep, maybe more fame and more money, but you can't keep up with the gym. You can't keep up with a sleep schedule that's needed to have good, vibrant skin and energy. So he signs this deal, and he kind of trades looks and looks maxing and looking as good as possible for fame and money. Now, the analysis of this is not to give Clav advice or to say what he should or shouldn't do, but he signs this deal, he's making a lot more money, he's money maxing, status maxing, but wasn't the point to mog? At one point, I think you could have offered Clav any amount of money and he'd say, no, I'd rather mog. I'd rather take some money and mog. But he signs this deal, his life looks way different, and you can literally compare pictures. Still a good looking guy, still good looking enough, and of course with the status and money, I think he's achieved more than looks could have gotten him, but he doesn't look as good. Which brings us to the whole point, the big climax of it all, is he got frame mogged. He honestly got completely mogged by this guy named Varus. This guy named Varus, the ASU frat leader. You know, I've seen some stuff. I don't even think he was even in a frat, which is funny. I know some people at ASU. I'm pretty sure he's not even in a frat, but, or definitely not like president. But maybe he is. He gets mogged to death by this random guy. This random ASU frat leader mogs him to death, especially Frame mogs him. Clav's standing there like, and he looks like the guys he would constantly like make fun of, and he would constantly mog. And you know, at the end of the day, look, you can't be the best all the time. But there was a point in time where Clav, you would have mogged this guy. And now, yeah, you money maxed, you're status maxing, but now you walk around and you're getting mogged. Do y'all get what I'm saying? So it just goes back to remembering why you start something. RWYS. I have a tattoo of this, RWYS, on my thigh. Do I regret it? Slightly. But it is good to have something like that in times like this where we can see something so applicable that we can all relate to. Because we, as a man, you will set a goal and start on a path, and you will have some success, and it's so easy to be distracted or knocked off that path, off that route. So for example, sports, like a lot of us start picking up a sport or something to have fun, right? You do it to have fun, to keep yourself busy. Then you grow up and you get good at the sport, and now there's more people in your ear, the stakes are higher, and all of a sudden, wait, this isn't even fun. There's so much pressure. You start on something to help people. Yeah, my goal, I want to get into this to help people. Then money gets involved, and all of a sudden now it's like, okay, well now I want to make as much money as possible. And I think it's real, and like you change and you grow up and things do change, but it's always important to be reminding yourself why you started. Remembering, okay, wait, have I lost the plot? Why did I get into this in the first place? Why did I start doing X, Y, Z in the first place? Was it for this or was it for this? Because you're going to change a lot. Your goal, your purpose, and all that is going to define your character. And look, it's, you know, this is me just talking now. I do think it's going to be funny to see Clav is on top of the world. Major props to him. Anyone who has a goal and achieves it, I don't care who you are as a person, I can respect that. Especially, you know, how much he probably went through trying to ascend, you know, how much you would get made fun of. But it leads to a big question. How is this going to affect his legacy? I'm not even being sarcastic here. If you get famous off looking good, and he just walked a runway, he looked great, he did a good job, but if you get famous off looking good, and then all of a sudden you're getting mogged, like everywhere you go, it's like random people are mogging you, they're frame mogging you, they look better than you. Yeah, like you're money maxed and status maxing, but is that going to start you're going to lose your credibility. You can't be known for mogging, molecule, all this, and then everywhere you go, you're just getting mogged. So I'm really interested to see if Clav doesn't lock back in the gym and just looks and everything, is this going to affect his status? Maybe your money maxed, but if now you're back to a joke, you don't look as bad as you used to, but people, huh, oh, you got mogged. Oh, holy shit, I'm on Clav. I'm on Clav. What? You lose that status. You know what I mean? And then it begs the question, well, what's even the point then if you can't get taken serious? So, something to think about, something to ponder. We'll get back to more real serious stuff, but it's important to know in anything, meme or not, serious or not, there's a message and there's something we can learn. So I hope all of y'all are dealing with this better than we're having fun. We're having fun. If you like this type of content, make sure and subscribe. Gonna get back on the grind. Gonna start posting more fitness stuff. If you're just interested in fitness content in general and how to upgrade your lifestyle and your quality of life, make sure and check me out on Instagram. Even check me out on TikTok, but Hunter Neely _ on Instagram. Give me a follow, send me a message.